amazing if this actually happened. Right now we're going to have the unprecedented nobody in attendance tonight. This year will pass though. Oh, they did that last week. Wednesday? Are they doing it again? I thought so. You guys keep the crowd away. I would stay away from that. Yeah, because there's only one thing on the agenda. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, so we should be out of here pretty quick.
Well, there probably won't be any hearing of citizens, so.
Unless you want to get up and talk for a while.
No, I'll pass on that.
Maybe I'll get up and talk.
There you go.
I haven't done that yet.
just wanted to, they got it on file that he's, he got an arrest, so that's why they didn't make it response.
Gotcha.
That's the thing, just so they know that, that they can take that off the books, basically, because he never was technically,
I might need a social or something, so, or did you give it to me?
because, yeah, I did, I think it's because of anything else, they thought he had something more, they went and pulled him over, I think they pulled him over for traffic.
See, there's nothing to really respond to, if he wasn't arrested.
No, they just held him for 3-4 hours and let him go, so.
Huh.
I think they tested it, aspirin, that's what they were told him for. Just if there was something more than aspirin, then since it was aspirin.
I'll call him just one more time, I was kind of waiting for more info.
Well, I'll find out who he needs to contact.
That's what I think you have nothing to do.
Who he needs to use and whatever. That sounds good.
He went down to the, downtown with the seniors.
Oh, yeah?
Welcome to the regular meeting of the Bedford City Council. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Here.
Saunders,
Here.
Cochi,
Here.
Spinks. Here. Janutus,
Here.
Fluharty.
Here.
I have a motion to excuse Councilman Smith. By Spinks, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
All right, Council, you have the minutes of the work session of September 18th, 2023. Any corrections to those? Seeing none, motion for acceptance by Asbury, second by Saunders. Call the roll.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And you have the minutes of the regular meeting of September 18th, 2023. Any corrections to those? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And you have the minutes of the work session of October 2nd, 2023. Any corrections to those? Seeing none, get a motion for acceptance by Asbury, second by Saunders. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And you have the minutes of the regular meeting of October 2nd, 2023. Any corrections to that? Seeing none, motion for acceptance by Janutus, second by Spinks. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Okay, with no presentation tonight, under unfinished business, ordinance number 75-23.
Enacting chapter 751, entitled Video Surveillance Systems for Apartment Complexes of our Business Regulations and Building Code of the City of Bedford to require apartment complexes to install video surveillance systems and provide access to the Bedford Police Department, as amended.
Can I have a motion for suspension? Asbury, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Motion for a third and final. Fluharty, second by Spinks. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance, as it outlines in the description. It would require apartment complexes to provide video surveillance, video security surveillance on the exterior of the property, parking areas, common areas, not inside. We did make an amendment during some of our discussions over the last couple of meetings, and that amendment included proper signage for the public so they're aware that there is video surveillance and that they could potentially be on camera on the grounds. A lot of this, it would be beneficial to our police department during investigations, some of the investigations we've had over the last few years where there's no surveillance at these locations, and it definitely it hinders some of our investigation work in the Bureau. But I also think it's, as far as public safety, it's a benefit to the residents and visitors of the complexes as well.
Thank you. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Resolution number 2607-23.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a 2-year contract on behalf of the City of Bedford with the General Health District of Cuyahoga County for health services for the years 2024 and 2025 and declaring an emergency.
And it's our wish to put that on second reading because we still had a couple of questions on that. So if I get a motion for such by Saunders, second by Asbury, call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And before we get into reports, I want to make an announcement that I've been waiting 5 years to make. The supermarket at Rockside and Northfield, it's now called Zach's Super Center or something, Simon's grocery store, will be open this Saturday at 8 o'clock. So, yeah. About time. It will be a soft opening, so it's just, you can go there and shop. And they will be having a grand opening later, the next 2-3 weeks, so. But it's finally open. If you remember when the Simons came in and said they were gonna put in a supermarket there, and I said, do me a favor and put up the sign coming soon, opening soon. And it didn't. Then I had to ask them to take it down, 'cause it's been up there for a while. Well, they finally got everything together, and like I say, it'll be open Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, which is good news. It's definitely a need for a grocery store up in that area. I know it'll benefit probably Bedford Heights residents, maybe even more than ours, but that's okay, their money's just as green as ours, so we'll take that. And I just want to say good luck to Simon and getting it rolling and getting something going up there. Hopefully it'll spur some more businesses to move into that area too, so. They did want to get that out there. He called me about a half hour before our work session tonight, so that was good. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to provide a few updates. First, as everybody I'm sure has seen, Shelley Company is moving along. They did perform the final coat on Broadway last week. They did beat the rain. They've also performed the majority of the striping. There's still some work to be done, but we do anticipate them being completed by the end of the month. We did perform a walkthrough of the area from 5 Points all the way to Flora. We did identify a number of areas that we included into their punch list. Obviously, some of that includes, them needing to clean up areas of the roadway, the slurry that was oversprayed maybe on buildings or light poles, but we also analyzed the roadway itself and the grade. Especially over the weekend, we were out and you could identify areas that may be puddling, where they're not flowing correctly. So all of those were marked, and Shelley has been made aware, so they were out today. I know they had their level in some areas, checking the grade, but hopefully they will be completed soon, and we appreciate everybody's understanding and patience during that project. Over the last 2 years, as everyone knows, we did the water line and sewer repairs last year, so appreciate that. Our staff did, for the first time, we typically contracted out crack sealing work. We performed that in-house this year. Our crews were able to crack seal 10 roadways, along with some other spot area repairs that we made and crack sealed. All of the material that we used for that is getting reimbursed through a grant through Cuyahoga County. So kudos to our staff. I know Sean Francis at the Service Department had a big hand in that, and it's good to be trying something new. So kudos to the staff. We did receive the preliminary plans, I should say, for the third time, regarding the Union Street Bridge. I've talked about this over the last year, that I know Daniel mentioned it's not a bridge, but...
It's getting replaced as a bridge.
Correct. That project originally was supposed to start this year. It's been pushed back. Now they're hoping to start it late summer of '24, and it would expand through '25. Most likely it'll be a year project. That roadway will be closed. The issue is the public utilities that are currently in that roadway now have to get relocated first. So we did receive the proposal on how they intend to reroute the water line and the sewer. We have concerns with the sewer. When you put bends in a sewer, you restrict the flow. So we'll be addressing those concerns with the contractor end of the month, and if we narrow that down and they can pinpoint a timeline, we will share that. But it most likely is going to take place sometime in '24. Speaking of Union, we did reinstall the guardrail that was damaged following an accident a few weeks ago, so that was put back in place. We do have the Parks and Recreation Department is holding their Trick or Treat Street event. That's this Saturday. Anybody interested, please go to our website, go to our social media. You have to be registered for that event prior. So great job. PD's going to be there, fire's going to be there, Public Works. Well worth it. Regular Trick or Treat Halloween is scheduled for the 31st from 6 to 8. I also want to mention our health fair that, again, kudos to our staff as far as programming that through the Parks and Recreation Department. It is really expanded. We have a number of different vendors that are going to be present. There's going to be a number of services provided, health screenings provided. That's taking place this week on the 18th at Ellenwood. from 10 a.m. until 1. So definitely check that out. First time we're putting that event on. And
Excuse me, Mike, do you have to register for that?
no. You do not. And lastly, I just wanted to mention the Bedford connectivity project that we had a public meeting on a couple months ago. And that is the grant we received from NOACA to explore connecting the Bedford Reservation and the historic downtown Bedford and ultimately the Ellenwood Center. We had our steering committee meeting this week, and during that meeting we reviewed a lot of the data that came back from the public survey, so thank you for everyone that took time to fill that information out. We were presented with a number of different options of how we can connect, different routes, what that would look like, how do we deal with some traffic and safety concerns in the historic district, how do we mitigate some of that traffic flow. Very good dialogue this morning, and all of that will be presented at our next public meeting, and that is scheduled for November 29th at 6 p.m. at Ellenwood. We're going to move that meeting to the gym because I hope we have even more larger turnout than we previously had. I think the last one, they had mentioned the sign-in sheet had over 40, but there was, when we did a count, I think we were almost at 60. So if you're not doing anything, please come down to that meeting. Your input will be important, and we'll be talking about 2 proposed plans. And then ultimately this project will be finalized and a plan would be presented to the city in early 2024. The big key is we are then eligible to go out for grant funding for construction. So, end of report.
Thank you. Mr. Law Director.
I'll just thank everybody for coming. No report tonight.
Okay. Finance Director.
Thank you, Mayor. The Civil Service Commission is still accepting applications for the patrol officer entry-level position, and the testing is being done through National Testing Network, and the application deadline is October 30th. Just wanted to make sure you're aware and to let your friends know, or if you wanted to apply, to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, Mr. Asbury.
Thank you, Mayor. No report this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Saunders.
I just have a couple of quick questions for Mike. The restriping on Broadway down by the park, they put in a white line. Are they gonna stripe that as a bike lane then? Or are they just gonna leave it striped like that?
Right now it's going to be striped as is. The reason that stripe was put in,
The road's not wide enough.
well, I talked to a number of residents in the area. The way it used to be, we used to have that hash 2 lanes and it kind of merged into one.
Yeah.
Those 2 lanes, they were actually, one of them was less than 10 feet wide, and that's not permitted. That lane needs to be 12 feet. If you don't have that white line and you just have that center line, each lane becomes 20 feet wide. And that's dangerous. You have
Yeah.
people trying to go around when there's actually, it's only supposed to be 1 lane. So what was proposed were they come off the curb about 4 to 5 feet and put that border line in. It's almost like a glorified bike lane, it is, and that goes up to Pinecrest.
Right.
But there's no plan to put that in yet. I mean, we could discuss that, but that's why that line was put in place in lieu of the hashes, because we couldn't do it the way we used to.
Yeah, I knew that's why the white line went in. I just thought maybe they could designate it as a bike lane just to make people somewhat aware of the fact that stay the heck out of it. But that's beside the point. Anyway, back to the Halloween. I just want to make residents aware of the fact that be careful on Halloween night. It is dark now, especially if it's cloudy. So be careful, there'll be kids shooting out from all over the place. Nobody uses crosswalks that night. They just bounce out and run from house to house to house. So be very careful if you're out driving, and please do not park your car on the street that night because that creates a hazard in itself. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Spinks.
Good evening, everybody. Also, that night, trick or treat night on 31st, the museum will be open and giving out candy from the same time as the city from 6 to 8. Also on Halloween, if you are giving out candy, turn your porch light on or your front light on. If you're not giving out candy, turn that light off. That's kind of a sign. I've had several residents, and that's usually what my neighborhood does. So if the kids don't see the front light on, they know that don't disturb them, don't go knocking on doors unless someone's out front giving out candy. Also, trunk or treat, Church of Nazarene, my church, is going to be doing their trunk or treat candy giveaway and decorating of cars on October the 28th from 2 to 4. It's always fun. We usually have anywhere from 15 to 20 cars, and they're all decked out. The neighborhood has a lot of fun with that. It's during the day, so give out a lot of candy, a lot of cookies and stuff. Let's see. Mike, is there any way possible, I know it's so gracious to have those big nice trash cans up in the city and stuff around the hospital, is there any way of getting one over on Center by the bus stop there, Center and Grand, or up on the corner? Because that, I mean, it's a daily thing. It would be nice to see if we could have those big trash cans at all the bus stops. I know that it has been making a big difference.
Okay, I'll look.
Just from getting out. And talking about trash, have we planned any plans? I know it's been a while since we've done the creek cleanup over by Greencroft Park. I know I was out this morning picking up trash. There's always trash there too. But I noticed while I was picking up trash that there's half a bicycle thrown in there. There's a bunch of stuff thrown in that creek again. I know Sean Francis helped, and I helped a couple of years ago to get that out. I know it's kind of late in the year, but I hate to see that happen because it's for some reason I don't know how people are dumping it down there, or either it's flowing down there from somewhere else. But yeah, I did notice that this morning. So if we could please get something done about that, that would be appreciated. So happy Halloween. Everybody stay safe, and like Don said, watch out for those kids because they have fun and do dart out. So everybody be safe. In a report.
Thank you. Mr. Janutus.
Well, some great things reported thus far. I don't have a report.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Fluharty.
Mike, I was over, this question's for you. I was over at the new Bill Cosgrove Park, former Interstate Park, and looking around, checking out some things over there, and I'd like to have you and Mike Callahan meet me over there someday. And there's a lot of big space out there that's wasted space. And I came up with this idea of us possibly putting a dog park over there. I think that's been asked about many times, and it's a spot that could go in without finding an area for it. And it's got a lot of dead spot over there that would fit perfectly out there and outside the baseball area, basically. And that used to be, like I said, tennis courts at one time, and all kinds of stuff was in that corner, and that would be a nice place to finally put our first dog park in.
Okay, I'll reach out and we can go out there and take a look at it, measurements, and then we can come up with a cost estimate.
Okay.
Yep.
In a report.
Thank you. This past Wednesday, we had a candidates night. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Wednesday. We had candidates night out on the Commons, which was kind of a neat thing in that it was like the old days when all the politicians would go to the town square and stand on a soapbox and say, vote for me. It turned out we had five out of the 6 candidates were there, and some good questions and answers, and it's available on the Bedford Tribune website if you want to watch it. But I thought it was just kind of like an old throwback to the old days when we did that stuff, so that was a good idea, and kudos to the people that put it on. All right, let's get on to new business. Ordinance number 79-23.
allowing employee participation to make insurance plan premium contributions on a pre-tax basis for the calendar year 2024 through the Health Equity Wage Works and declaring an emergency.
I have a motion for suspension. Saunders, second by Asbury. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Jen, would you like that?
Yes, this is an annual update to allow the employees to have their, basically their health insurance not taxed. This is allowed through section 125 of the IRS code, and we do this every year, and
Yeah, and we've been doing that for
it's
probably 35 years. Yeah, it's just a little bitty for the, by doing a pre-tax, you get just a few dollars more in your pay. It's not a big thing. It doesn't cost the city anything, doesn't cost anybody anything. It's just a nice little benefit for the employees. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Now we come to the hearing of citizens. If you wish to speak, please come forward. State your name, your address, and your comment. Seeing none. And motion for adjournment. By Spinks, second by Janutus. Call the roll, please.
Asbury,
Yes.
Saunders,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you for watching.